Hi, I'm Rob, and let's talk. Conservatives, Republicans. For the longest time, they say, hey, we're from freedom of speech. We're for the old ways. We're for doing things in the traditional sense. However, every chance they get to actually do something to propel the country forward, they fall backwards. And what I don't understand is the idea that has been lost in this country is I might not like what you say, but I will stand up and I will fight for your right to say what I don't like. That's America. I know sometimes we get this whole freedom of speech thing wrong. And maybe that's something else that we need to talk about in a constitutional assembly. Like freedom of speech. Is it just something the government should be regulated to? Why not companies? If you say something that's wrong at your company and they say, oh, well, you got the right to speak, but you know what, since you said it, you got to go. Or if you're at a company and somebody comes in and tries to steal from you and you make any effort to defend yourself, then you're the guy that gets fired. So what do we want? It seems like the conservatives and the Republicans really want a society of kings and knights and royalty. That's what tradition is. Because I still just don't understand why we're not at the place where I believe in your right to say what displeases me, and I will stop anyone who tries to stop you from saying something that displeases me. This lunacy has to stop. And so while the conservatives and the Republicans get all tied up in trying to stop ABC renewal, I would like to remind everybody that I don't really have a problem with media. You watch and listen to what you want to watch and listen to. Whether it's authentic, whether it's legally factual, whether it's true and correct, that's a different story. But if we're going to say, hey, ABC and Jimmy Kimmel, because, you go out there and make fun of the president, the ABC, one of the, I believe, founding networks in this country, shouldn't be a television station anymore, then what about Fox News? What about Fox News' license? They operate a license. They operate a license to be on cable. I mean, literally, every day, 24 hours a day, Fox News, for the majority of its existence, spews hate, and it spews truths that are stretched to the most unfavorable position that a truth can be extended to. Just like for all the voting and, Dominion and, they stole the election. Yeah, but you know what? Not one legal case made it through discovery. Not one legal case made it to the courts or to a jury. You know why? Because Fox News lied, like everybody else. And it was just like when Obama got elected. You got Karl Rove running. See, conservatives and Republicans just can't stand when you're free. That's really what it says to me. I'm 51 years old, and I've been watching this shit show for 30 years. And, for the longest time, I just thought, it's just a group of people here, a group of people there. But, when it's DEI, it's bad when it's black people, but it's great when it's a country that's not even part of America. Okay, you can't speak out about that country, you get fired. But, DEI for Americans and helping women and black people who have been naturally, discriminated. That's terrible. You know what I'm saying? Created protected spaces for people who feel they're a little different. That's terrible. Let's not do that. But you know what? We could be Fox News. We can go out and be Donald Trump, and we can be nasty and mean, and we can say whatever we want. You just can't reply, and you can't say anything you want. And I'm tired of that shit. Okay? So you know what? I don't really expect to win anything, but you know what? I have a voice, and it was nice to see 17 candidates in the Republican primary get up there and yap their jaws. And sooner or later, we as a people have to realize that we have the power, and we need to start yapping our jaws for ourselves. It's time for the American people to get a vacation. For the last 20 years, the country has funded wars, it's funded health care that didn't work, it's funded every single thing in this country but things that help the American people. So I say that if you make under $500,000, at least for 4, maybe 8 years, nobody should have to pay any federal income taxes. And any state that goes to usurp that position should have all their federal money withdrawn for that action. I am tired. I'm tired. You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of everyone not treating everyone free and equal. I'm free to say what I like. You might not like it. You're free to say what you don't like, and I might not like it. That's what we call America. That's the foundation here, because, you know, when we lived over there in England, there was this king, and, you know, you said anything against him, and he freaking put you on the guillotine. You know, you guys every year, oh, King Charles and Prince Harry and, you know, Meghan Markle. Why would you guys want to be part of a dynasty that beheaded people? And that's the real question that we have to ask. What is the soul of America going to be? Is it going to be every day where we wake up and we shit on our neighbors? Or is it going to be we wake up every day and we try to find a way to help our neighbors live a better life? I'm Rob. I choose the latter. I want to help people be happy, and I think everybody should live a better life. Have a good day. Bye for now.